If you're planning a career in transaction filtering or you're planning to move into this area of financial crime risks, in today's video I will talk to you about some duties and responsibilities you can expect once you are into the role, as I've been doing this job for over 4 years back in my career. So let's get right into today's video. Hi and welcome to FinCrime Agent. I'm Marco Beranzoni, and on my YouTube channel we are talking about financial crime prevention and anti-money laundering topics. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button below and press the bell so you can get notified once new videos are going live on my channel. Also, check the description of this video where you can find useful links, and you will find also the link to our Patreon page, where with a small contribution you can support FinCrime Agent and receive notes from my videos, as well as an original copy of the PowerPoint slides presented in the videos. So with the housekeeping out of the way, let's move right into today's video. This is part 2 of my career in transaction filtering video. If you want to see the first one, click on the link right above and you will be directed to the last video that I've recorded on this subject. Let's now look at the alert processing workflow. This is a general workflow that I wanted to show you so you can understand more or less what would be the dynamic in dealing with the review of the alerts. Obviously, this is not a standard procedure that every financial institutions or regulated entity will follow, but generally it's going to give you an idea on the process that you may be asked to follow. Okay, we are aware that there's going to be a system highlighting potential transaction for risk of economic sanction. The filtering solution will identify those generated alerts and bring them to the attention of the Economic Sanctions Officer for an initial review. This is normally called the 4 eyes process, where you have 2 sets of investigators checking the same transactions to make sure that there is an agreement on the decision that has been taken on both sides. So there will be the first review, and after that a second review of the same transaction, and possibly if you need to escalate to someone more experienced or a supervisor in the team, there could be also an escalation taking place on the alert. The escalation can work to either discard an alert or to further confirm if the alert is a true positive. So once the alert is escalated or not, there will be then a final decision to be taken based on the 4 eyes process or on the escalation. The outcome of the investigation can be that this alert is considered to be not much, and therefore the transaction will continue the flow as originally instructed. Whereas if the alert is instead considered to be a true positive, so we do have a match with an entity on the sanctions list, at that point you can understand the transaction will either be rejected or blocked, as we have explained before. As I mentioned before, one of the main challenges is the volume of alerts that a sanctions officer would need to deal with. Getting it right is essential, and despite the massive volume of alerts that you will need to discount because they are false positive, your attention will always need to be on each single alert, as you cannot make a mistake in getting it wrong. This can have very serious consequences, because it's an economic sanctions violation, and it will have consequences at different level. It can generate reputational damages for the financial institution that you're working for. It can lead to increased operational costs, obviously fines reaching now billions of dollars, and the possibility for a criminal prosecution if sanctions violations are taking place. You can also see on the slide how the volume of fines have progressed with time. If you look in the last 5 years, from 2015, the spike is quite significant, and we are talking about billions of dollars. So initially this volume were not so big, but in the last few years the fines are extremely high. So beside all the negative consequences at reputational level, internal cost, also the fines are very severe. In terms of the cost of compliance, one of the sentences that I like to quote is, if you think compliance is expensive, try non-compliance. And you can see in here the fines that are taking place. This is a sentence from the former US Deputy Attorney General Paul McNulty in the United States. So you don't want to miss an economic sanctions alert that was supposed to be reported, blocked, or rejected. And with that, I'm at the end of today's video. I hope the information I shared are useful for you and that will help you to make the right decision if you want to have a career as a Sanctions Compliance Officer. If you have any comments, please leave them at the bottom of this video, and remember to check the description of this video for some useful links. And in case you want to support FinCrime Agent, you will find the Patreon link there to be directed to the Patreon community on patreon.com, where you will receive some more material uniquely created for our patrons. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, see you soon.